That the PNDC, the ideological ancestor of today's NDC, once murdered 3 High Court judges in cold blood. One of them, Justice Cecilia Kranti, was pregnant. She died with her unborn child, burned, defiled, and erased. It is a warning, a threat, a ruthless message to every judicial officer that dissent will be crushed and independence punished. And strong, we are all evolved. We are all evolved. We are all
I was saying, Mammy or share neck collar, and so still Ugusu Edimu. Wow, this is getting very interesting. Abusianti atodenden pa sebeya posifo no bepene ama empenifo no ene aba empenifo no hia no ebeden
Richard, go on.
Thank you very much. We're here from the coalition of political parties who are demonstrating today to indicate to our President, His Excellency John Mahama, that we're not happy about his incursion on the judiciary. We think that our judiciary should be left independent. And today we are here with our leader and supporting group of our coalition. We have LPG here, we have NDP, we have LPG, and we have PNP and the New Patriotic Party. We are working in tandem with the masses of Ghana to make sure that our president hears what our petition is, and we hope that through you we can deliver that petition. We have a lot of people. I won't be able to introduce everybody, but we have our national organizer here, Nana Boachi is here. We have our General Secretary, Justin Kodia Frimpong is here. We have our Deputy Speaker, our Deputy Minority Leader, Madam Patricia PJ. We have the leader of LPG, Kofi Akbalu is here. We have Madam Janet Nabila is here, of PNP is here. And we have the General Secretary of LPG. The leader of NDP is also here. Mohamed Frimpong is right here. And the cast of our leaders are here to present this petition and through you to reach His Excellency the President. Minority Leader, His Excellency, Honorable Afenyo&Co will present our petition to you. But if you first of all will introduce yourself, then we can carry on.
My name is Stan Dobe, the Deputy Chief of Staff for Missions.
Okay. And maybe the other officers?
That's Erica Hiano, he's a presidential aide.
Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Richard Ahiamba, and our minority leader will then go ahead to present his speech.
Shortly. So we're going to hear from the minority leader.
Oh, guys, go down.
First, Honorable Deputy Chief of Staff, on behalf of demonstrators, let me
say a big thank you for being present to receive our petition for and on behalf of the President. As you are well aware, there are some disturbing matters in the country regarding governance that we are not happy about. We believe that in a democracy, the way to do it is through a peaceful conduct like we have embarked upon and to register our protests. We started with the judiciary where we presented a petition, the same petition to the Judicial Secretary for onward transmission to the Judicial Council. We went to Parliament. The clerk to Parliament received us on behalf of the Speaker. We expect that the petition will be brought to the House floor once the House resumes for deliberation. And finally, to the principal actor himself. We believe that what is happening is not good for us. There must be an end to this issue of you do me, I do you. There must be an end to retaliatory politics. In Ghana today, all of us as political actors have a story to tell. Where do we end the vicious cycle? It is not yielding to the whims of hawks and hardliners in our respective political parties that will make us better political leaders. We believe that the hawks must be pushed back onto the fringes so that the centrists can take the center stage for the good of our country. In today's era of social media, you cannot control what gets onto the streets, and this democracy must be protected and safeguarded. So, my respected brother and friend, this is to you. The language is very respectful and decent and expresses our views because we know we are addressing the President. We hope that it shall receive the needed support for the Chief Justice to go back to her office and do her work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. On behalf of the Chief of Staff here in the Office of the President, and on behalf of the President, I'm delighted to receive the petition from the coalition and to be duly presented to the Chief of Staff for the attention of the President. Let me say that we are happy that your process started this morning and has ended very peacefully. That in itself is a very strong message about the democracy that President Mahama wants to instill in our dear country. If it were the case like this over the past 8 years, I'm sure that the retaliatory politics that you talk about wouldn't have been the case. You referencing retaliatory politics is an admission that the 8 years of President Akufo-Addo and Mahama were not the best for this country. You can be assured, however, that President Mahama, as every Ghanaian knows, is not that politician. President Mahama does not believe in retaliatory politics. He's described as, too much of a father for all kind of presidents, and everybody knows that. Whatever actions that are being taken now, whatever decisions that are being taken now, as everybody knows, is in line with the provisions of our 1992 Constitution. Indeed, before President Akufo-Addo left the presidency, he himself had started a certain process where issues were brought to him about the Chief Justice and he referred them to the Council of State. And that is what President Mahama has done. It is not about retaliating on something that was done by the previous administration against President Mahama or the NDC. So the process that is ongoing is constitutional, and I do believe that if the committee that has been set, completes its work, whatever decisions that they make, just as the Council of State's advice to the President was binding on him, it will be binding on him. I can assure you and the people of Ghana that we appreciate the fact that just as government
ensure that you went about your demonstration peacefully. There was one also last weekend, peacefully without any attempt at preventing you from expressing yourselves. We will continue to allow for that peaceful expression of ourselves in this country under President Mahama. Nobody is going to inhibit or stop anybody from doing that. That should tell you that President Mahama in less than 120 days has demonstrated how he is going to save the democracy of Ghana. He is going to grow the democracy of this country, and we are going to be together. We will work together. We will work together with you and all the political parties, and your petition will be given the due response. I thank you very much, my brother.
All the best.
We are all going to address the masses on the speakers there. Let's all go to where we have mounted the PA system.
So the petition has been presented to the Chief Operations, Deputy Chief of Staff in charge of operations, stand over here at the Jubilee House.
So send this cafe amanoni aba Africa ha Usulem fai say ye fear wo pese wo ntono Usulem fai edan ya na say japade a wani da so a wo pese oto Africa ha no Usulem fai say wo send this sika ama odofo e de aboa no wo Africa ha Usulem fai sanso e na say uti obi school fees ama no a Usulem fai nyenti amekanfo lem fai ama one say utimi send this sika e fa lem fai so a e ma ne begu bank account mu sanso e na timi begu mobile money account mu eno achi nso no de bia lemfai e wo daily rate a e ma hu sika dodo a wo sende a wo benya lemfai e secured na wo sende sika enche na nipa a wo sende ama no ne nsaka lemfai wo USA, Canada, UK, Italy, Germany, Ireland, Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, Portugal and France. What the lemfai sende sika untu ahwe bomodi a dey use me code NEWS news na say ene any day di kan o register o lemfai so a unya bonus sanso e na use chance so a ye wo bonuses ahodo a ye de ma abusuenti o hwa empanifo ahodo no e na wo nyina abehia wo mo ehwe na o ma submit o mo petition no yewura Kofi Akpalu someha LPG unfortunately they will not be allowed to go inside. Aje eheya and I won't beat me ejina na o submit your petition no.
Leaders of Parliament, together with other political parties, are here. Very soon, they will take charge and ensure the petition is well presented. The fear blowing kaka blowing.
Nti wo hwe e ban na chi a mpanifo ahodo a wo mo edi demonstration no anim wo yewura Afenyo&Co say wa begina barricade na chi na aban mu won a ewo presidency security for mpanifo ahodo omo abomoden aba ebehwe na won ma je petition no say won be makwan ama mpanifo yi awura Jubilee House there ye hwe senia embre ene na ene betre
Hey, go back to one for the lady. Go back to one for the lady.
to the other side.
Tabusia ohwa empenifo a womo ebehia age petition no womo ne empenifo a eda demonstration ya no eya no babae na womo ahwe senia ombepe asem no pomasibre no matimi age ensem no wabra pinchen ene menteme ho ase bia ensi domo nyina domo a demonstration no womo di akire na womo nyina ene empenifo adwen abusia me ho yera John Buadu, former MPP General Secretary. Me ho the current General Secretary for the New Patriotic Party. Era lawyer Justin Kodu Afrempong. See, ebusia edomno esia no akwanya no mde befa ha afro no de won ama ho kwan eno nti o ma dane o mani o ma san de o mani ehwe ba bi foforo ehwe kwan a o betimi afa so I think say o mo ho kwan ama o betimi apie na wo ma behia o manfo no na o ma submit o mo petition e de ama wo mo bro abusia ente ohwa empanifo no eguso a try omo best so mbetimi awramu na wo ne empanifo ahodo adi nkita ho ewa ha Because you have to go and do interviews, so Charlie. Abusia ohia mami ohye neck collar nyina and so still ogusu edimu. Wow, this is getting very interesting.
Money, and that's money.
That's all, member. Abusianti, atodenden pa sebeya posifo no bepene ama empanifo no ene aba empanifo no hia no ebeden
Oh, boss, we are doing interviews. Boss, please.
Abusia enti dwumadie no ayetawe kakra yera His Excellency John Mahama empanifo ahodo womo ehwese wombetimi ene empanifo no ehia na yahwese ne dwumadie no ebekọ enti ohwe a yera minority leader yera Afenyo marking na wotutu tata wo ba no and ohra openi oyadwuma ewo presidency media na so say na enioma eko ewa ahase ti bro na yene mpanifo no ehia na yehwe senia dwumadie no ekoso na afe yahwe mpanifo ahodo a ombeba behia na won age me ho yewra stand dogbe se oye deputy chief of staff and our petition no, on behalf of His Excellency John Mahama. Sania, you made it no corner. Ti abusia dwumadie no egusua ekoso Jubilee House na ewa hai
Allow leadership to take the front walking. Let's allow leadership of parliament and the leaders of the political parties to take the front.
Open the thing so that the media will have their.
Let's allow leadership of parliament and the political parties to take the front.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. The media should stay here. If you move in the media,
let's go behind leader. Let's go behind leader. Commission of political parties. No. Okay, media go back.
enti empanifo ahodo egusua make sure say empanifo no betimi ene aban empanifo a wosoma omo no ahia na ohra yewra stand hose dogbe ene empanifo ahodo a
Don't worry, everybody. Nobody is joining again. Please. Oh, they were like, please. Where the man is standing? It's even quite today. Hey, Masa, Omubaha. Masa, Omubaha. Who the Omubaha answer? Why? Omubaha.
I can't tell me.
Please.
Small one.
You are supposed to be here, so you are the wrong place. Thank you very much.
Sabusia ohwe empanifo yi a womo edimu ya womo de womo afọ mo se Chief Justice na womo enam yaka womo nsa agu omanim womo ahofade no de Chief Justice Prekope na womo edimu a womo ebesen womo nyina eka demonstration ne ho bia womo make sure say aban ebetie womo anumu asemo. Enti ohwe domo a ewe chiri ho na won nyina eka ho bi na womo tie tuade atra ban and omonche mu nyina ne se your judiciary as it is under attack te ohwe aposifo ahodo a womo aboban ewa ha anya asem ketwa womo sipampimpa ma ho kwan se atran kasiem ye betimi abowura ho se one air for submit a petition. Name Hannah dear, the near do awie na senior we and na Yebehu Charlie. See, where you are Titus Glover and or any one of minority leader. And I can also see LGP parliamentary presidential candidates. Abusia edomo a enam ha eko nyina ya edomo a womo eko akọ demonstrate
asumdweso yazereko yabada ho nyina rase na ya ka kire won de za NDC fo ahase wo yen onde ye nyina yeda eyi onye MPP fo nkutin we adwumo oye all the political parties na we be together na we be dwuma otide mekane de mi wia won me se na abo wato kasem kakra waji tuma. So our country Ghana is under siege. A call to rise, resist, and defend the judiciary. That is what we are doing today. There is frightening and ominous clouds now loom over our republic as we march today is so clear that the 1992 Constitution, the sacred covenant that binds us as a free and sovereign people, is under assault. The very institutions entrusted with safeguarding our liberties are being infiltrated, manipulated, and desecrated. A ruthless cabal determined to cling to power at all costs. A third-term agenda. Even before NDC under President Mahama could assume the reins of government, we saw a violent assault on our constitutional order. They established the so-called ORA, a committee without any legal basis or constitutional backing, which engaged in flagrant illegality. That was the opening salvo in what has now become a full-blown campaign to dismantle our sacred democratic foundations. Under candidate Mahama's leadership, the NDC deployed mercenaries and thugs to polling stations and collation centers across the country. And we all know what happened late last year. Honorable Ekuya Efriye, who has warned Ablekumanov that EC is asking for security to enable them declare. NDC is saying they are not going to provide security. What is preventing the IGP, the previous IGP and the current IGP, what is preventing them from providing security for the Electoral Commission to complete its mandate? What we see is intimidation, bullying of state institutions, including the Electoral Commission. These mercenaries and thugs did not only brutalize our parliamentary candidates, agents and supporters, they mutilated our nation. They inflicted physical harm, burned down Electoral Commission offices, and destroyed vital public property. Yet, to this day, none of them has been held accountable in a court of law. Now, under NDC, impunity reigns, and it is at the very top. Since assuming office, His Excellency the President has weaponized the security services, deploying them in retrogressive PNDC-style raids on the homes of political opponents. Dr. Addison, former Governor, Bank of Ghana, and Kenufuriata are victims of such onslaught, including the ADC to former Vice President Muhammadu Bawumia. We say to NDC, this is not governance, it is tyranny, cloaked in the robes of democracy. Additionally, President Mahama has arbitrarily dismissed senior military officers with years of faithful service. He has gutted the Ghana Armed Forces of professionals, experience and neutrality. Our military, once revered for its non-partisanship, is now being painted in NDC colors. This is dangerous. This is a dangerous betrayal of the Republic. And why? Because President Mahama no longer sees himself as a president. He fancies himself an autocrat, a ruler for life. A number of guests at his inauguration told this story. Military dictators, authoritarian sympathizers, men of iron fists and empty conscience. And as if to erase all doubt, he donned full military regalia at a recent armed forces event, parading as commander of a nation he plans to subdue, not to serve. His every gesture speaks to a sinister agenda to break the constitution, amend it, and prolong his grips on power, abetted by a judiciary he is desperate to capture. This explains the relentless siege on the judiciary, a judiciary that has stood as a last bulwark between autocracy and freedom. is now his target. Today, the Chief Justice, Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokonu, a distinguished servant of this republic, is under siege. The head of the judiciary is being dragged through a sham process of removal from office, engineered by a desperate president and a rubber stamp by a failed Council of State. Their goal is not justice, it is intimidation. It is a warning shot to every judge: obey or be broken. They do not seek a judiciary that upholds the law. They seek one that bows to the will of a dictator. The bench bent to serve power, not principle. They seek to install kangaroo court under a democratic facade. What is happening is no accident. It is a warning, a threat, a ruthless message to every judicial officer that dissent will be crushed and independence punished. Let us remember, the independence.
So send this Afenyo&Co aba Africa ha, Usulemfi. Say ye fear wo pese wo ntono, Usulemfi. Edan ya na se japade a wani da so a wo pese oto Africa ha no, Usulemfi. Se wo send this sika ama odofo e de aboa no wo Africa ha, Usulemfi. Sanso e na se wo tie obi school fees ama no a, Usulemfi. Nyenti a make cancel Lemfi ama one say, utimi send this sika e fa Lemfi so a e mani begu bank account mu. Sanso e na timi begu mobile money account mu. Eno achi nso no de bia Lemfi e wo daily rate a e ma hu sika dodo a wo send a wo benya. Lemfi e secured na wo send this car enche na nipa a wo send ama no ne nsaka. Lemfi wo USA, Canada, UK, Italy, Germany, Ireland, Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, Portugal and France. What the Lemfi send this car untu ahwe bomodi an dey use me code NEWS news na say ene any day they can register or Lemfi so a unya bonus sanso na use chen so a ye wo bonuses ahodo a ye de ma
Menu makwekwe sa sempa kania. Semenam na meti asempa na mo amane a na ma no keka me. Anyambia what ANS Trading Agency Limited nka. Sa wo ka say door to door for no de na e watwa. Esanse obi ne wa wo say wo ho sa door to door business nim. Wo nneoma wo UK a wo de ko Ghana. Ana say Germany a wo de ko Ghana. 3 to 5 weeks e be kwa kodu nipa ne puno anu say try. Na de mo demonstration ko wo say adwuma de ewe mu ne say wo ho bo no. E da form say boko. ANS Trading Agency Limited. E wo air freight special service. Ana nneoma ne ye de be fa play. Entintempa na akwa kodu. Obetima fa sa plan we ya so de nneoma free Ghana akwa UK ana Germany. Afenyo dem, which na also agina ye, na men drop bomb. ANS Trading Agency Limited pe, and a 40-footer, any 20-footer container. Yefe UK, ediko Ghana, ana Germany, ediko Ghana. Oma manuoma yemre, importo, exporto, them there for you. Omo Ghana na money, 0249-170-423. UK has over fraya, 0790-802-7527. Germany, 09-173-771-2733. Ubenya ANS Trading Agency Limited. Our West Croydon ANS Trading Agency Limited. Quantum Brantem. Wana beboya baso. Maybe next time in your fill up from the bebro.